What is fruit powder and what can you do with it? Good morning, everybody. My name is Deb from Just Do Something Homestead, and I have had a lot of questions about my fruit powders. So join us today as we discuss what they are and how you can use them. Fruit powders are exactly what they sound like. They are fruit that has been dried and is powdered. This is strawberry powder. It was made from raising strawberries last summer and drying them in my dehydrator. Then I ran it through my food processor and made a powder. This is 100% strawberries. This is banana powder, and I made this a couple weeks ago. Now I have sealed it, so I don't want to open it up to show it to you. But banana powder is, again, 100% bananas. So what exactly can I do with these powders? I add them to a huge variety of my foods. In the morning, I sprinkle it on my cereal. I've added it to oatmeal and muffins. Or when I'm baking cakes, there are many uses for real 100% fruit powders. Fruit powders start with fruit. Most of the time, I make them in the summer, but this week when I went to Aldi's, their raspberries were on sale. When I can find fruit really inexpensive, I use it and I buy a lot. To make powder out of my fruit, first I have to dehydrate it. So I am going to start with blueberries and then I'm going to do some raspberries. This is my dehydrator. I bought it off of Amazon years and years ago. It is not a name brand, but it is a wonderful dehydrator. Now it has 6 racks, and it did not come with the mesh that I use when I'm doing something like blueberries. So that was a separate purchase that I made. What you want to do when you buy one, mine is a rectangular box. I'm not real fond of those plastic round ones, so I like the ones that are metal. And you definitely want to make sure you can adjust the temperature and the time. This is my all-time favorite book. It is the Complete Dehydrator Cookbook, and I got it off of Amazon. It tells me everything I ever needed to know about dehydrating fruit, vegetables, and meat. I bought these blueberries yesterday. They were buy one, get one free. And the first thing you're going to do is rinse the blueberries in water and remove any stems or leaves that might be in there. A huge misconception is that I can take these blueberries, throw them on a tray, turn it on, and they will dry. Not all fruits, vegetables, or even meats are that easy. I'm going to process 1 pint at a time. So this is the first one. They're washed. I've gone through all of them, made sure there is nothing in there that we wouldn't want to eat. Blueberries, like cranberries, need to be pre-treated by water blanching. And what that means is you're going to dip them in boiling water. So next I am getting my pan of water heated up. I choose a pan where my strainer can fit right into it. So I will just take my blueberries and dip them into the boiling water. And right now the water's not quite ready, but it will be very quickly. When you dip them into boiling water, it will craze the skins. And what that means is it makes little holes in the outside of the blueberry skin so that they can dry completely. If you don't do that, it's going to take twice as long to dry them, and the reality is they may not dry fully, so you definitely have to dip it in boiling water. The trick with using the basket on this pan is you don't want the water level too high or it will overflow. You don't want it too low or it won't be over the blueberries. So sometimes it is just a hit or miss thing. I try to have the water under the screw that holds the handles on. The water is ready, so I am going to dip my entire basket of blueberries into there and time it for 30 seconds. The timer is almost ready to go off. There it goes. And I'm going to lift, let it drip, and then I'm going to spread it out on my towel. You dry them briefly, making sure you don't push down on them because you don't want to smash your blueberries. And now I am going to place them on my trays in the dehydrator. Little hint, there are actually two sides to your tray. This is right side up, which means this edge is a little bit raised on all sides. That is going to help keep your blueberries onto that tray. If you go to the other side, it is flat. And see how that, it's not going to stay on there. They will roll right off. So a little hint, make sure the edge border is sticking up on your tray. Another thing, you're going to have the mesh sheet on top because the holes on just the tray are way too wide. So you put the mesh on first, then spread out your blueberries. I have spread the blueberries out a great distance. You don't want any of them touching, but I have 6 trays, and to do 2 pints, that is plenty. So I am going to spread them out. The further apart they are, it's actually going to dry faster. Another trick I do is to spread them out. So that is in the first layer. I'm going to skip one and take out the next rack. In the summer, we grow our own blueberries, and my dehydrator basically runs every day, all day, for a variety of things from peppers to onions to blueberries and strawberries. But in March, I do not have any blueberries ripe, and so sometimes you do have to purchase things from the store. 1 pint did 3 shelves, and I am going to start this load as I start boiling my water for the next one. So I'm going to turn it on, and I want it for 20 hours. 20 hours, and then the temperature is 131. I'm cleaning the next pint of blueberries. Have you ever wondered what this is? What is coming out of your blueberry? That is actually the flour. And so to use it, you just pull it on out and you don't eat the flour part. And now I repeat it for the second pint. Put it in the water and turn on my timer. 30 seconds. Timer went off. Shake some excess water out and put it on the towel. Dry them off very, very carefully. And then place on the sheets. Now, unlike a microwave, if you need to add something, you can simply open it up and take out the rack. And there you go. I have 6 racks of blueberries that are dehydrating. In about 20 hours, I will be back with you. Welcome back. The blueberries are dehydrated. We had them in the dehydrator for 20 hours. I know they are ready when they are crisp and crunchy, and that's what they are. So they are ready to be ground into powder. I prefer to use my mini food processor. This will make short order of blending all of my dried blueberries into a powder. The first thing I do is take the lid off. I have learned the hard way that if you take everything apart and you bring it over to your blueberries, then you have to reassemble it when you put it back on the machine. So leave the bottom part assembled and fill the cup. All right, it's easier if I take the mesh and pour the blueberries into my mini food processor. And I'm going to want to fill it about halfway, so 3 trays should do it. Now, one of the hard lessons to learn is to make sure that whatever you have dried and you want to powder is completely crisp. It is powdery, and I can just make a crumb out of it just with my fingers. So we know that these blueberries are ready to crumb. You want to place one hand on top, and then what I like to do is pulse it. Look at this beautiful blueberry powder. And I am adding the rest of the blueberries right to the stuff I've already crumbed. So this is 2 pints of blueberries, and as you see, it completely reduces it when you make it into a powder. So how much powder does 2 pints of blueberries make? Let's find out. All right, we are going to pour the powder into this canning jar. And there you have it. 2 pints of blueberries make this much powder. The blueberry powder is a deep, deep purple. It is beautiful. Now, another suggestion for using this would be to add to your smoothies or to your ice creams. If you found this video helpful, please like, subscribe, and share. And have a great day. Bye-bye.